Hello everyone, my name is Chase Douglas. I'm the event coordinator here at Eco Canada. Today I'll be starting off with the webinar here to welcome to the EP community. So to kick things off, we're going to hit off the traditional land acknowledgement. Eco Canada and myself would like to recognize today and every day the land we are on. Eco Canada is committed to reconciliation, starts with acknowledging our honor and privilege to live and work within this Indigenous territory. Eco Canada acknowledges the traditional territories and oral practices of these Indigenous nations. Let's go over some housekeeping. All participants are muted during the presentation. For any technical issues, use the question box and select Eco Canada. The webinar will be recorded and sent out within 24 hours to everyone, and if you missed it, you can go back and watch it as well. Any questions can be submitted through the chat and question box. So who is Eco Canada? Let's give a little bit of a debrief about us. Eco Canada is a steward for the Canadian environmental workforce across all industries. We champion the end-to-end career of an environmental professional. We don't only train certified professionals, but we also help identify and address labor market gaps. Our efforts promote and drive responsible, sustainable economic growth to ensure that environmental care and best practices is a priority. So I'm going to hand it over to Deb and Colleen. Deb and Colleen, take it on over. 1 second here.
Is everything good there? Hello, everyone. Sorry for the bit of a delay. My name is Colleen Mahoney, and I'm the certification coordinator here at Eco Canada. I've been with Eco for the past 2 years, and I have a background in environmental science and horticulture. I'm a certified EPT, and I'm working towards my designation as an EP. I'm joined by my colleague, Helen Crawley.
Hello, everybody. I am the team lead for the certification team here at Eco Canada. And as the screen says, I am what I call the membership concierge. So I'm the person that you will come to for all your needs. If you have questions about your account, if you need any help or any assistance with benefits and so on and so forth, I'm the person that you come and chat with. So, but enough about us today and who we are. What we want to do now is to welcome you to the EP community and say well done on making such an amazing investment into your career. Becoming an EPT is such a great first step in setting yourself up for long-term success in the environmental sector. Many of our members take great pride in their designation and recognize the value that it brings to their career. So then, what are we going to talk to you about today? Here's what we'll cover. I guess the first question we really want to explore is, what is the EPT designation? I mean, I'm sure you'd like to know what you've gotten yourself into and what you need to do to maintain it. So first, let's understand what a designation is. I love the quote here on the screen from the University of Toronto, which says, a professional designation is a stamp of approval that a person can earn from an organization demonstrating to employers and their clients that the person has achieved a particular standard of excellence in their field of work. I've already mentioned that getting your EPT is an important first step. As an EPT, we get to watch you learn, grow, and work your way into becoming an EP. Once an EP, the designation says that you have that excellence in your chosen field of the industry. As an EPT, this is what you're working towards. So as it says here, the EPT is your important first step, but the EPT grants you access and membership to a national community of environmental professionals.
Just downside.
And the
I just wanted to see what it looks like on their
sets
screen,
you
so I
up
can,
for
because my screen
success
doesn't.
in your career by providing tools for employment and soft skills that will benefit your marketability.
they have the representing over there, but
Marketability and branding
I did see
yourself
the
are
what?
important as you start out.
I just did,
I know
haven't
it's not
seen
on the screen, but your designation comes
the screen
with
as a
some
not
great
the presenter.
benefits. So make sure to explore them in your Eco Canada account too. So now that we know what the designation is, what is required of an EPT? After all, you're in training. Well, you need to work at and complete your EPT PD framework. If you have already explored your Eco Canada account, you may have already come across the EPT PD framework. The framework is made up of Eco Canada webinars, courses, and activities that you must complete according to what year you are in. The framework is also designed to provide you with professional development, or what we call PD credits. As an EPT, you are required to accrue 20 PD credits per year. You may ask, what is a year? Well, your year starts the day you receive your certification and goes the same month and day of the following year. For example, if you were certified March 12th, 2022, your year runs until March 11th, 2023. So remember, you have a year to accrue your 20 PD credits. This becomes particularly important once you become an EP and receive your 5-year term, but that's for later. The other thing you need to be aware of is surveillance. Every month, we survey 10% of the membership to be sure that they are in good standing. For EPs, they have to provide evidence for their PD credits and go through an employment verification. But for EPTs, you'll receive a link to a survey with questions about where you are at in your EPT PD framework that you are required to answer. Keep in mind that not only is this a check-in, but it's also an opportunity for you to ask questions about the framework. Now you can reach out to me with questions anytime, but as you're required to complete the framework, this point in time is a great opportunity to learn more. Now that you know what is required, let me share some information about some benefits to your designation that are pretty spectacular, as we want you to get the most out of your designation. If you take advantage of what is offered and do the work, as with anything, you will value what you have worked for. As the slide says, these items I'm about to share are not required, but are encouraged. So the first thing, of course, we just talked about was your PD framework, your surveillance, and accruing 20 PD credits per year. Now, what is not required but encouraged is that you participate in local meetups. And you're probably wondering, what is a meetup? Well, a meetup is an event that's hosted by Eco Canada at a pub or restaurant with the purpose of getting our EP community together to get to know each other and the network. They are free for members, but you can bring a guest for $10. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you want to have a meetup in your area, but it doesn't look like an Eco Canada representative is going to be coming in the near future, you can host the meetup yourself and we'll help you organize it. We have EPs that do this all the time. Knowing your local EP community is important. The next event available to you is our Eco Impact Learning Series and Awards Gala. This event is set up for networking, learning, and letting you shine and be celebrated in your environmental accomplishments. Eco Impact 2025 is going to be hosted in Calgary, and there will be more information coming out about the event throughout the year. I should also mention that you can earn PD credits for attending meetups and Eco Impact. The last thing to mention, but not the least, is our mentorship program. Again, the mentorship program is a benefit offered to you as a new EPT. At the end of each month, new EPTs are automatically enrolled into the mentorship program, which is hosted by Mentor City. You'll receive an email from myself and Mentor City about how the program and the platform work. If after 3 months you have not taken advantage of this benefit, though, your access to the program will be deactivated. But if you ever want to take part in mentorship later, you can always let me know and I'll reactivate you. The key to the mentorship program is to complete your profile fully so that you can be matched with the best mentor that we have for you. Think dating app and you'll understand how it works. Right now, we have over 700 people using our mentorship program with close to 200 mentors available. Keep in mind that the program is not designed for you to get a job, although this has happened before where a mentor has been so impressed by their protege that they have been hired. But the program is set up so that EPTs will have a mentor that they can explore the environmental sector with, field questions, and help you map out your career path. We have a toolkit that's designed to help you achieve your goals and to, again, set you up for success. Now I'm going to pass the presentation back over to my colleague, Colleen.
Thank you, Helen. So what do you need to do to maintain your EPT designation? First of all, you have to pay your annual membership fees, also known as your renewal membership fees. The second thing you have to do is submit your professional development credits. For your annual membership fees, you will see an invoice in your EcoCanada account at the end of March every year. This invoice needs to be paid by April 30th, or a late fee will be applied at the beginning of May. For those of you that were certified in November or December or afterwards, your membership fees were prorated until the end of March 2025. You will not see an invoice now until March 2025. You can pay your fees online by logging into your account, clicking on the memberships button, and then clicking the renew button. This will automatically generate your invoice in our Bambura payment management system. You also have the option to set up auto pay in your account. You do this by logging into your account and scrolling down to add information about your credit card, but please make sure that you click the button on when it asks you if you want to set up auto renew. If you want to make a payment by phone, feel free to call either Helen or I, and we can accept your payment right on the phone. As Helen already mentioned, you also need to submit 20 PD credits by the anniversary of your certification date. An easy way to earn your PD credits is to follow the activities in your PD framework. A question we frequently get is, how and when can I upgrade to EP? You are eligible to upgrade to EP when you have 5 years of environmental work experience. If you are an international EPT, you are required to have at least 5 years of international environmental work experience plus 1 year of Canadian environmental work experience. Our system will keep track of your months of environmental work experience, so please be sure to keep your employment information up to date. Before you upgrade, you will be asked to submit your PD plan and to watch the ethics module. These are available in the PD framework when you get to year 5. When you're ready to upgrade, it's as simple as clicking the button right in your member account that says upgrade to EP. This will take you to the payment page where you can start your application to upgrade by making your payment. There are some things to consider before you upgrade. Are you going to change your specializations? As an EPT, you're allowed to have 2 specializations, but as an EP, you can have up to 5. As part of your EP upgrade process, you will have to complete another self-assessment. If you don't feel you have enough experience for the specialization you've chosen, you can proceed as an EP without specializations. We are currently working on the application form so you can do this right online. But if you have any questions about the EP without specializations, please feel free to send me an email. If you proceed with specializations, you're going to go through peer review. You will need to add the names and email addresses of 3 peers for each specialization that you choose. Your peers are going to complete a similar survey to your self-assessment where they rate what they feel your level of experience is in the profile. EP applicants must also write an exam. We recommend that you take at least 2 months to prepare for this in-depth exam. The exam is based on our EP body of knowledge. You need to study the ethics section, which is section A, and the core knowledge areas, which is section C. When your application to upgrade to EP has been reviewed, you will receive an email providing you with resource materials to help you prepare, which include the study guide, the EP body of knowledge, our EP code of ethics, as well as information about a practice exam that you can take right in your EcoCanada account. Thank you very much for joining us today. If you would like more information, please feel free to contact either Helen or myself, and our email addresses are right up there on the screen. We now have time for any questions you may have.
So you get.
Hey there, just someone asking about what is PD and what does it actually do? Just want a little bit more information on the PD part.
So professional development, there are 5 categories that we have here at EcoCanada. The first is formal education, then we have informal education, then we have professional contribution, then we have volunteer community, and also community networking. So it's activities like watching webinars, if you do any instructing, if you author a paper, if you mentor somebody. There are various ways to earn your PD credits. But as we mentioned, if you follow your EPT PD framework, it's designed with courses and webinars so that you can earn those credits, because we do recognize that as you are just starting out in your career, you're not necessarily going to be sent to workshops and conferences and so on and so forth by your employer. So we've created a way that you can earn those credits.
One of the courses that you can take is the Essential Skills for Job Seeker course. And as an EPT, you get to take this course for free. If you log into your account and go to your benefits and resources section, you'll find the discount code to use at checkout, so you can actually take this course for free. This course counts towards your PD credits, and it also provides you a lot of information on getting started on planning your career and different activities to do from that single course. It's a really good way to earn some PD credits.
Awesome. Another question here is, how do I check my eligibility for a mentor? I think I missed the invitation earlier.
So what happens is new EPTs are enrolled automatically into the mentorship program at the end of every month. Once they've been enrolled, you'll get an email from myself and one from Mentor City, just explaining how to use your profile to connect with the mentors that we have available. And then there is a toolkit that we have put together for our mentors and proteges. It's 8 sessions that are 1 hour each, and it can be used as a guide. But there are things like the importance of networking, career development, how to make smart decisions, things like that that you would cover with your mentor.
Awesome. Another question here is, my PD training framework shows some webinars I should take. Should I start registering for them if I want to take credit?
Yes, and then once you have finished those webinars, you need to upload the PD activity into your account under your PD activity section. They are not automatically put into your PD activities. So once you finish, you go back into your account, and on your member profile page, almost down at the bottom is your PD section. and you click on the add button and you just follow the prompts.
Awesome. Another question here is, hi, thank you for the presentation. I've been approved for an internship financement. What does it mean? How long should the duration of the internship? Also, when I'm trying to apply for the EPT, it asks for a password and username, but I haven't received anything yet.
Oh, so the best people to talk to would be our wage funding team, and they can be contacted at pathways@eco.ca if you have specific questions about how long you have to use that internship. If you didn't receive an email about setting up your Eco Canada account in the portal, would you please send me an email and I can look into that for you? And again, my email address is cmahoney@eco.ca. You can also send it to the EP inbox, which is ep@eco.ca. And then I can get back to you with specific information on why you haven't received an email to set up your account yet.
Awesome. Another question here, is the EP designation recognized in industries similar to a PAG or a PBio, for example?
No, it's not. In the essence of, we do not have regulatory sign-off just yet. We are actually in the process of working with the British Columbia provincial government to get that regulatory sign-off. And we're very hopeful that we're going to get a positive outcome to our application. Our application will be going in probably by the end of the summer. So we hope to have good news in the fall for our members. But one of the things that I do need to mention is that having your EPT or your EP, even if you have another designation, one of the things that our members recognize is that the EP or EPT highlights the environmental side of what you do. So you can be a biologist, but if you want to let people know that you're working more in the environmental sector, this is a really good designation for you to have.
Awesome. Someone's asking if you can go back a slide so they can see your contact information. I think that'd be great to have up just as we keep going forward as well.
Apparently not.
Perfect. And then another question here for you is there any meetup sessions coming in the Vancouver area anytime soon? I think this would be great if we could kind of touch base on all the new exciting things we might be coming up when it comes to meetups.
When it comes to meetups at this point in time, no, we don't have anything planned just yet. But keep an eye on your email because we do announce when we're having meetups and different events in different areas. One of the things that we are going to be launching in the fall are local EP chapters. So, and I know that there is one being planned for Vancouver. So just keep an eye on your email, check out the newsletter that we send out. But, you know, we do advertise when we're having all kinds of events.
You can also check right on our website because we have an events calendar where you can automatically register for things as well. So that would be under training and events right in our ECO website. And also on the very, very first page of our website, you can sign up for our newsletter, which will keep you informed of what's going on and when the next meetups will be. And you just have to scroll to the bottom of the page and click to sign up for the newsletter if you're not already signed up for it.
Awesome. Someone else just asked, thank you for answering my questions, very informative. I have a question about PD. You mentioned a mix of courses, volunteer activities, and schooling. Is there a guide to what goes where?
Yes. Once you get your welcome guide, it will say in the welcome guide, there is a page about professional development. So the information is in there. But once you get your guide, if your questions are not answered by the information that's contained there, you can always email me and I can send you a chart, no problem.
Awesome. Another question here. Can an EPT also be a mentor?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we have EPT students from accredited programs who are allowed to become part of a mentorship program, and we are always looking for EPTs to help the EPT students learn about the environmental sector and what their experience has been in their job and in their roles. So yes, as an EPT, you can definitely become a mentor. If you would like to become a mentor, please feel free to send Helen an email and she'll add you the list. And if it's going to be for EPT student, Helen will send that information on to me.
Someone else is asking, where do I find my 20 credit framework?
Okay, so if you go into your account, you click on, I'm just going to give you the steps because it's easier. You click on memberships on your dashboard page. Then on the next page, you click manage. The third page is your member profile page. You need to give it about 10 seconds to populate. Then there's a toggle line. On the toggle line, you're going to see EPT PD framework. Just click on that and it will pop up.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Helen. Someone's asking, how long does it usually take for the certificate and membership card to come in the mail?
We send them out towards the end of the month or the beginning of the following month. So if you haven't received yours yet and you were certified in March or earlier, please let us know and we can check into that for you.
Awesome. How many credits does each workshop experience activity count towards a total of 200 credits required for each year?
Okay, so for webinars, you would receive 3 PD credits. For short courses, you would receive 4.
Awesome. Thanks. Is Winnipeg, Manitoba covered in Eco EPT initiative?
Yes. We have some accredited programs at the university there, so we are definitely very active in Winnipeg. I'm assuming that's what you meant by the EPT initiatives.
Another question here, does being a mentor count towards our PD credits?
Yes, it does. Being a mentor, you earn 2 PD credits.
Awesome. I'm a quality engineer and certified in ISO 14001. Any suggestions on what I can do in my current job to get enough experience to qualify EP down the road?
We actually have auditing designations that you may be interested to look into. There is a lot more required for our auditor members, just because that is a very specific type of designation. But certainly if you're allowed to do any type of auditing at work and want to become an auditor, you'll have to do things like a lead auditor training course of at least 35 hours. So you're required to have that before you apply. You need the 5 years of environmental work experience, and it doesn't all have to be auditing, but you do have to have a certain number of audits completed before you can apply for that EP auditor designation. If you need very specific information, feel free to send me an email and I will be able to provide your answers to your questions in a lot more detail in an email.
Yeah, and I would encourage you to check out that career path because definitely we've noticed that due to retirement, a lot of auditors that we have been working with, because they're retired, there are all kinds of employment opportunities. You will be employed for years if you become an auditor there, because there are not enough of them. So it's a good career path to explore.
Just another question here. How can you add PD credits for events and volunteering that's not included in Eco Canada? For example, volunteering for a Green Party, going to local climate events, or completing courses in LinkedIn.
Okay, so if you complete courses on LinkedIn, that would fall under what we call informal education. So again, they would be what we call short courses. So that would go under that category. Any volunteering that you do, like community cleanups and so on and so forth, that would go under our 5th category, which is community networking, and that would earn you 2 credits. But you'll see, according to the chart, there's all kinds of activities that are listed, and the credits will be beside them. So if you want that chart, please just email me and I will send it to you.
Awesome. And one last question here. Does this webinar count as a credit?
Yes. Yes, it does. So yeah, if you go into your professional development and click on the last one, which is the community networking events, you can put other and just put Eco Canada webinar and you'll receive 2 credits.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If anyone has any more questions, you can reach out to the emails here located on the screen. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.